Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and in this video, we're going to talk about 5 things that every E46 M3 owner should know. So I'm a 2-time E46 M3 owner. If you watch YouTube, you've probably seen one of my E46 M3 videos. I have about 40 on the channel. Maybe at the end of this video, I'll link a playlist to all my E46 M3 videos. So this is one of the few cars that I love so much, I actually bought it twice. So as you know, if you know my history, I originally had a Laguna Seca Blue, sunroof delete, black interior, 6-speed manual coupe, which was stolen with only 10,000 miles on it. It was a 2003. That was like my forever car. Unfortunately, I've never been able to replace it. I waited too long. Values of Laguna Seca Blue cars are just skyrocketed. And this time I wanted a car, even though that other car I used to drive a lot. I bought it with nothing and it put all those miles on it. But this time I wanted a car that I could just drive. So these are 5 things, like if I was new to E46 M3 ownership, or I was really highly considering getting an E46 M3 one day, I would want somebody to tell me these 5 things before I kind of jumped into the E46 M3 ownership pool. So again, this car was so good that I bought another one. And first thing you have to realize with these cars, and sometime I wish somebody would tell me, they are old cars. So they were sold here in the United States, model year 2001 to 2006. So calendar year, really 2000 to 2005. So the oldest is about 20 years old. I'm filming this video in 2020. And even the newest one is 15 years old. So even a 15-year-old BMW is going to need stuff. Even if you buy the most pristine museum piece, or you buy it from a Bugatti owner that spent 100 grand maintaining his E46 M3, still a 15-year-old high-strung BMW sports car German that's going to need stuff. So that's one thing you've got to realize. You typically for cars, I always say, keep $1,000 to maintain them. An E46 M3, you may need $2,000 or $3,000 to maintain them per year. So it's not just maintenance and tires, brakes, stuff like that. It's preventive maintenance. On these old cars, the more preventive maintenance you can do, the better your car will be. So just imagine, I'll give you a Northeast reference. I live in northern New Jersey. If there was a blizzard and you hadn't used your snowblower in 3 years, how well do you think it's going to work? Well, how well do you think your 15 or 20-year-old German sports car is going to work if you barely drove it the last 3 years? So that's why you got to constantly maintain these cars. And that's where a lot of that bulk of the money comes from. So now I did a million videos. I did probably 35, 40 videos on this car. So each time we cover a different topic. So if you want to know what to look out for mechanically, what needs to be replaced, like vanos, rod bearings, I have separate videos on that. I'll link them throughout here or at the very end of the video so you can watch those videos. So this is just like you're thinking of getting into ownership. I'm giving you 5 reasons, 5 things you should know every E46 M3 owner should know. So the second, it kind of ties into our first one with being old cars, is they're a labor of love. And this is the second reason. So labor of love, that's a really nice way of saying a money pit. So even the best car, most enjoyable car is going to be a money pit, because you're going to, again, have to do preventive maintenance. You're going to have to fix all the stuff that needs fixing. Typically, people don't sell these cars in great condition. They're usually their heads above water, or they're below water. They have more maintenance, deferred maintenance to do, and then they figure it's time to just kind of cut it loose and sell the car. So you're going to have to fix whatever's been fixing. The more miles you're going to put, the more regular consumables you're going to have, like tires and brakes. And then obviously you're going to have to do preventive maintenance so you don't get deferred maintenance down the road. So a common question I get, can these cars be daily drivers? And I even did a video where I did daily drive it for a week or two. And yeah, you can, but again, a 15-year-old, 20-year-old high-strung German car, running costs per mile are going to be pretty expensive, because things are going to wear out and the parts are going to be expensive now. So yeah, it's a great car. A lot of people email me every day, and I love driving my E46 as long as you have good weather. Because why, if it's raining or snowing, why put salt in the car or driving in the rain or bumper-to-bumper traffic? But, if you have a decent commute, it can be a great car to drive every day. But again, it's going to be a labor of love. It's going to be a money pit there. It may be best, especially if you're new to this kind of ownership, 15, 20-year-old car, to kind of save it for the weekends or days that you're leaving work early when you can go for a nice drive. Why is the E46 M3 so great? Well, you can't replicate this feeling in a new car. So let's think of what you have here. You have hydraulic steering. You have a manual transmission, the availability of a manual transmission. You have rear drive, and it's a very analog car. So all cars now, the electronics are really doing all the work. You have even all-wheel drive to get fantastic performance. You have these really fast-shifting dual clutches or automatic transmissions. You have every kind of traction control, stability control, and it has some of those nannies too, but you can switch them off. All the sound in your car is real. There's no fake sound. And with hydraulic steering, like Jeremy Clarkson used to say, you can run over a quarter and tell if it was heads or tails. So you can't replicate that in a new car. You'll notice the difference. The new F80 M3 and the new one coming out blows it away in performance. Your E46 M3 will seem slow, but you're not going to get that visceral analog experience. I took my E46 M3 out for an hour-and-a-half drive each way yesterday, and it made my whole week. It was just a great experience. All right, and reason number 4 is possible appreciation. Now, you're not going to get that with any modern car. You buy the new M3, M4, the 718 GTS 4.0, those cars are going to depreciate. They're going to be probably fantastic cars, new Corvette, but they're all going to have depreciation. These cars have stopped depreciation, and the clean ones are actually appreciating. Now, again, you need a clean Carfax, you need a manual transmission, you probably need original paint or mostly original paint. You might even need a black interior. And certain colors, obviously, like blues and reds are going to do better, say, than silvers. But this could be, this is a car that definitely can appreciate. Now, I don't think you're going to make money on the E46 anytime soon unless you hold this for a long time. So think of it almost like a stock. If you can hold this car 5 or 10 years, then maybe you can make money on it because they're going to be cleaner ones are going to be more rare every year, and they're going to actually be more desirable. So people will pay more for them. But again, we're probably talking 10% of all E46 M3s maybe will live in that category. But you're going to give some money back during those years, of course, to keep up with to do repairs, to fix what needs fixing, and then to do their preventive maintenance. So that's going to, maybe if you keep the car long enough, it goes up $10,000. But you put $5,000 or $6,000 into it in preventive maintenance and repairs. So again, it's better than buying a new car where you're going to lose $50,000 in depreciation, and then you kind of have something special you can really keep for a very long time. All right, and then the last reason, and this may not sound right, but slow car fast. So like with my McLaren, it's so fast, if I shift up into third gear at full throttle, I'm way over the speed limit. Just driving around town or driving an hour to my favorite mountain road, it's kind of boring on the highway because I got to go the same speed as everybody else, and I'm not really getting anywhere near to what that car is capable without, say, tanking on a racetrack. With a car like the M3, you could rev it out in second, third gear, do shifts close to red line, and you're probably not really breaking any speed limits, and you can have a blast. And, again, if I drive the McLaren and the E46 M3 back-to-back, of course the E46 M3 is going to be slow. It's going to seem slow compared to an F80. But if I drive it in isolation for a couple days in a row or really take it out for a 2 or 3 hour mountain drive, it will feel quick to you. And the sound and that visceral experience and the hydraulic steering and the rear drive and shifting your own gears and heel towing yourself without any nannies, and it's really enjoyable. That's why I love E46 M3s. That's why I love S2000s, and even the NSX, the old NSX, the original one like I have, because it's slow car fast, and you can drive that slow car. You can really, drive it spiritedly and just have a fantastic time, and you'll have a huge smile on your face. So those are 5 things I think every E46 M3 owner should know. Let me know what your 5 things are in the comments. Remember to give this a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Watch our E46 M3 playlist. We probably have 35 or 40 videos on there, and you'll get an appreciation. You'll learn everything. You'll learn about how to buy one, why you have to buy one now, the 3 things you need to know mechanically before purchasing one, and we'll go from there. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.